saw an opportunity, and I saw an opportunity in my capacity as the K-12 chairman to correct the situation by taking power, frankly, away from Washington, D.C. and rightfully returning it to state and local leaders. And I knew that the best people to talk to would be parents, educators, the students themselves, and folks like you. And I have been to, no kidding, I might be taking some of my Secretary of State time in calculating this, but 100 schools in Indiana, in my district, across the nation. I have seen the best schools, and I've seen the most challenged. I remember in the latter category going to a school on an Indian reservation in northern Minnesota in the wintertime that had no heat. We talk about a distraction to learning, and we can certainly discuss those, but it's hard to do anything else if you're shivering in the cold. Again, and everything in between, best and everything in between. And what I did see also is that the federal government had created a culture of testing that took the joy out of learning for students and the joy out of teaching to students. And it's those countless, I'm thinking right now, those little eyes that stared back at me and the smiles that motivated me and a lot of us in Congress to finally get No Child Left Behind. Again, the technical term is reauthorized, but really, if you look at the differences, we really replaced it, if not gutted it. So here are some of the cornerstones of the Every Student Succeeds Act, just to review if nothing else. And the core, at its core, I think perhaps the largest change, and maybe you'll beg to differ with me, I don't know, is that we end the one-size-fits-all accountability system known as Adequate Yearly Progress, or AYP, in favor of state and local-driven accountability. And I think that was the core of No Child Left Behind, and that said that every student ought to be caught up to grade level in reading within 1 year. Again, well-intentioned, an aspiration for sure, but completely ignorant of the fact that each one of our students, each one of our kids is different and needs some individualized attention to achieve that. And I think it was AYP that has led to so much angst, the anxiety in teachers and students alike, and criticism from parents. I know that was certainly the case in Indiana. So again, that provision is entirely eliminated in this new law. And again, this is a law, this isn't a bill, this isn't a proposal, this is a done deal. So this means local leaders like you will determine what to test, how to test, how long to test, which vendor you want to use. All that's now going to be decided at the state level. We do say that accountability is a good thing in this law, but there has to be some measurement. But truly, the intent of Congress, the intent of my subcommittee, the intent of individual legislators was for you to decide with your legislatures, general assemblies, as we say in Indiana, for you to decide what success is. And because you're directly elected by voters who are also taxpayers, that accountability, you'll have that accountability measure as well. The law prohibits Common Core from being a Department of Education requirement in order for you to have receipt of your own property back, your own funds. So, now that doesn't mean that Common Core is prohibited across the land, and some argue that, well, it's too late anyway. Common Core standards have been put in place in certain areas and the ball's already rolling. The point is, again, federalism. If your state decides that Common Core is supposed to be the new set of standards, that's what they'll be, or whatever you want to name it. You have to have standards. Again, that's required in the law, but what they are is completely up to you. Again, you decide what success looks like.